Welcome to another Cardano update. Like always, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts and if you want access to our daily Discord updates for only like $5 a month. Also check out the new third wave of the third wave merchandise, and I hope you enjoyed this video. So right now Cardano got another low right here, and we finally got to the trend line on the 4-hour chart, which is actually a very good sign. Now we did not get to the 0.618 support level, which means that it's theoretically still possible to get to that level. And well, I mean, if you look at the RSI right now, we got above the moving average on the 4-hour, and this is good because the last time we did this was right here. And I mean, right now what we need to do is what we needed to do over here, and that is to test the moving average and then use it as support and bounce off of it. And well, I mean, we had a bunch of fake outs on the way down. We had this, we had this, we had this. So at some point we're gonna have to go up, because that's what usually happens when Cardano gets a bunch of fake outs, above the moving average, even on the weekly chart, but especially on the 4-hour chart. So right now we are looking for a reversal, but if we do get another low, it's going to be okay. Also, there's something new on the chart. I have this uptrend right here, and I have two trend lines. As you can see, it's pretty clear what we are doing, and well, yeah, I am watching for higher prices, but it is possible that Cardano actually drops below the 0.618 support level and actually gets to the trend line right here and drops to like 71 cents in order to test the trend line, and then we go up again. Now, obviously, we don't have to do that, and well, we could start a bounce right now, but like I said, we need to use the moving average right here as support, like we did, for example, right here, and then we need to do something like this. And then the next target is 92 cents. I went ahead and changed it a bit because we got another low. Well, actually 92.2 cents, I believe. So that's the target for the fifth wave right here. Keep in mind, we are in a diagonal right now, meaning that, we cannot really trust this setup. And well, the fourth wave move down got to the first wave price range. So be careful. And if we do go lower, it's, it's not gonna be that okay, because, well, we are gonna break the 0.618 support level, and breaking below the 618 is usually a good sign. However, I think it's gonna be okay as long as we stay above the trend line right here. So that's what we need to know about the short term. Now, yesterday I posted a video called Cardano ADA, why is it going down, all in caps lock, and people don't seem to realize that this was not me asking why it's going down. It was, from the perspective of the people who don't watch the videos, and they are asking, hey, why is it going down? Even though for the past, couple of days, even weeks at this point, I've been telling you that, a fourth wave move down will, happen. And yeah, we're getting it right now. And it seems to pretty much be as long as the second wave move down. I mean, in the second wave move down right here, this took about, well, actually, let's see with the tool right here, because I cannot count right now. I'm kind of tired. So let's see date range, and let's select this high. So it took about 14 days for the second wave move down to, be done. And right now we've been in a fourth wave move down for about 6 days. Now, I don't think it's gonna take another 14 days like the second wave move down, because usually if the second wave takes, long, then the fourth wave move down is usually, extremely short. And I mean, it could be a good time for a reversal now, but what we need to do is get above the 200-day moving average and back above the bull market support band. However, keep in mind, and I told you this many times, even if we go down right now, even if we break all support levels, even if we, go to the 0.618 support level again, it's still gonna be fine, because very soon we're gonna have a cross on the bull market support band, and this is extremely bullish. So even if we get the worst case scenario right now, I'm not really, scared, because, well, Cardano is still in a good position. Now, I do want to see a 5-wave move up, but, it is what it is. If we get invalidated right now, it's okay, but I'm still waiting for the cross. So that's what I need to know about the 4-hour chart. Now let's go on the daily chart, and it's pretty similar to the 4-hour. I mean, we also have an uptrend right here, so not much to say about this. But on the daily chart, as you can see, the cross is about to happen sooner than on the 4-hour. And I mean, if you go on the weekly chart, I think the bull market support band is even closer. Yeah, so by the looks of it, I mean, it could be, very close. The cross could happen literally next week or so. And well, speaking of the weekly chart, what we need to do right now is stay above the moving average right here. I told you that at some point we are gonna test it, and well, what do you know? Right now we are testing it. This seems like a test, and if we do go lower, I mean, it's gonna be okay, but we need to stay above it and we need to close above it. So this is what we need to do this week. We need to stay here, and then maybe next week we actually start going up. And I think next week actually starts tomorrow, so we could get, you know, a bounce tomorrow, or, you know, in the next couple of days. So this is what I'm watching for. And yeah, if we drop below this, then we could always get some type of triple bottom, because that's pretty much what happened over here. I mean, it was not a triple bottom, but well, the price went down, and here we actually dropped below it slightly, and then we, you know, got above it, and that's what gave us this pump. So this is what we're looking for right now, but we're still waiting for that cross on the bull market support band. And until that happens, it's going to be very boring. And I know people are not really interested in the updates right now because there's not much going on. But, you know, I mean, when you are around in the market, when it's going sideways, that's when you learn stuff. So please be aware of that, and please be aware of the fact that even though we're not going up, you can still learn stuff from these videos. So speaking of learning, I need to go on the Bitcoin chart, and I want to show you something on the monthly chart for those saying that the bear market has started. If you look at the RSI on the monthly, we are currently above the moving average, and this is a very good sign. I have mentioned this, I think, a couple of weeks ago, and well, we got above it. And unlike in 2021, by the way, in 2021 we got below it right here in the summer drop, and then yes, we did get a new all-time high later in the year. However, on the RSI we never really got above the moving average again, and that gave us a bear market. Right now that's not the case. I mean, it's very different, because this time we got above the moving average and we did not get rejected by it, meaning that we're still in a bull market, and I'm still waiting for Bitcoin to go higher and higher and higher, and I think it's going to continue going higher and higher and higher as long as we actually stay above the bull market support band right now. Speaking of that, I mean we're also going to have a cross right here very soon, by the looks of it, maybe in a couple of days, and this is good because then we could watch for new all-time highs. And well, the target zone remains the exact same, between $126,000 and $157,000. After we get in this region, that will complete the fifth wave of the main third wave, and then we still get the summer drop. I have no idea when the summer drop will happen, by the way. I know I said many times that the summer drop should start, you know, by the second week of June, but that's only based on what happened in 2017, and well, we don't really have that many cycles, you know, so we cannot really, you know, understand what could happen next, because well, we only have 3 cycles, and in 2013 and in 2021, I believe, the summer drop, or if you can really call it a summer drop, actually started in April or May. So I mean, you could say that it already happened over here. But please do not forget, even in 2017, we had another summer drop, I think at the end of August. Let me actually look for it. Well, actually, I'm not gonna look for it on the 4-hour. Let's look for it on the daily chart, and I think this was it right here. So after August, we went down. This was a 40% drop, by the way. So I am expecting Bitcoin to still get a bunch of corrections on the way up, but I'm also expecting it to stay above the bull market support band from now on, because we cannot really afford to have long corrections like these anymore. I mean, I think we are very close to, you know, a cycle top. Now, of course, I'm not saying that Bitcoin will top in the next couple of weeks, obviously not, but I am saying that Bitcoin will most likely top by the end of the year, meaning that we cannot really afford to do something like this again and just go sideways, or actually just go down for like 4 months, because, well, I mean, it's not possible to get to all-time highs if Bitcoin goes sideways. So what we need to do right now, like I said, is wait for the cross, and that's all we need to know about Bitcoin. Now, going to the Ethereum chart, it's currently testing the bull market support band. It's also going to have a cross very soon. Now, on the daily chart, we're actually below the moving average, which is not good. So what we need to do is get back above it and actually close above it. And well, if you look at the weekly chart, I mean, we're still above, you know, the moving average, so nothing really changed here. I mean, yes, this was a boring week, but I think next week is gonna be pretty good, or maybe we get like 2 boring weeks in a row and then we go up. And yeah, I mean, Ethereum is looking good. It's above the bull market support band. And I mean, you know what we're waiting for. We are just waiting for the cross. And this feels very similar to what we were doing in October of 2024, to be honest. Nobody was really watching the videos. Nobody really cared about what's happening in the market. And we were just waiting for the cross in the bull market support band. And this is what we're doing right now as well. So if you want my long-term targets for ADA, in case you don't know them already, I mean the third wave of the third wave right here, the target for this is the 1618 of this 1-2 setup. That is at $3.50. And after that, I'm expecting the fourth wave move down, and then the fifth wave move up could theoretically put us about $5, and that's going to complete the main third wave. And what happens after that is still unknown. I mean, maybe after the third wave we just go into a bear market, and well, that is possible. But in the previous cycle, after we got the third wave, we had a fourth wave move down, and then we still had another cycle high after that. So maybe we get 5 waves, but do not get your hopes too high. And if you bought at like 30 cents or even like 50 cents or even like 70 cents, make sure to always take some profits on the way up, because you never know when the bear market starts. I mean, of course, I'm gonna tell you when it starts, because so far, I mean, it has started the exact same way every single time at the exact same time of the cycle. So I don't think this time is gonna be any different, but I mean, who knows? I mean, so far the cycle is pretty different compared to what we did in the previous cycle. Now, I'm not talking about the structure. The 1-2-1-2 setup is the exact same. I'm talking just about the time frame. And well, yes, right here in 2021 in May, we were already at all-time highs on the Cardano chart, and right now we're not. But this does not mean that we will not get an altcoin season. I mean, if you look at Bitcoin dominance right now, it's ready to, start breaking down. Speaking of Bitcoin dominance, I think it's gonna get to about 41% by January of 2026, at least based on what happened here and what happened over here. And well, right now we are testing the bull market support band. Now, if we continue going up next week, it could be a very, bad sign, because that could actually put us at 66% dominance, and that could put us at the 0.786 resistance level, because, well, I mean, we cannot afford to have 2 green wicks in a row if we want to start the altcoin season. We have to continue going down, and we have to drop below the bull market support band and the 200-day moving average and the 0.618 resistance level, which right now, right here, we use the support. And then I'm gonna be able to say that, hey, maybe the altcoin season started. But until that happens, yeah, it's not looking too great. Now, I have to mention, on the weekly RSI at least, we got below the moving average, so this is a good sign. And like I said, next week we need to do something like this, because if we do not, there's always a chance that Bitcoin dominance goes to 66%, and if that happens, it could be very boring. So yeah, that's all I have, and I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts, and if you want access to our daily